Alright, Shalawam. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalawam, and Lord will, this video is edifying. Alright? And basically this is going into, alright, the signs of the times. Alright, and basically going into the two that I have in this lesson, which are, alright, the earthquakes, alright, and the famines. Okay? Because famines are coming, alright, and right now you see earthquakes taking place throughout the earth. Alright, so I have this right here, just searched up earthquakes. Okay, and you see recent earthquakes. All right, you see the date and the time. Okay, all right, so okay, and these earthquakes are taking place throughout the earth. Okay, all right, you got this, which I think this Post and Carrier. All right, South Carolina had at least 30 earthquakes in 2021. Okay, Midlands keeps shaking as 7th earthquake is confirmed. Okay, 7th earthquake recorded in South Carolina, you know. So okay. So man, magnitude 5.7 earthquake strikes Greece. Okay, so you have these earthquakes that's taking place throughout the earth. All right. Okay, so now I have precepts on that, which is one right here, 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told you before. Now, how do you measure the time diligently in itself? You see what's taking place in the earth, you know, throughout the earth, and you filter it in through the scriptures. Okay, all right, because what's taking place in the earth are basically all right, slacking, are signs, you know, or indications, you know, that the end is here. Okay, so I'm gonna read it again. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. And that's another thing. All right, the uproars, right? I went into the earthquakes, you know, because there's earthquakes that's basically been taking place throughout the earth. You know, they're in diverse places, but you also have these uproars. All right, you have these people in the seditious spirit, you know, people going, all right, into protests and riots, all types of things, civil unrest, you know, basically people in the uproar. And we know why these people are in the uproar, because what Esau and his unrighteous decrees. All right, pursuing Isaiah, the 10th chapter, verse 1. Woe unto him, all right, that decree unrighteous decrees and that describe grievousness which they have prescribed. All right, and we know, all right, Esau is pushing these unrighteous decrees, okay, basically trying to make people take the Voltron juice, you know. All right, and another thing came to mind, which is what the MOTB, all right, the Marcus, okay, the grain of rice, which is the CHIP that this devil, the so-called white man, Esau Edom, is gonna want inside you, okay? Because I read in the first verse, it says, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And once again, how do you do that? You see what's happening in the world and you filter it in through the scriptures, okay? Now, what else is taking place in the world, you know, other than earthquakes, you know, and uproars of the people? You have to talk of what? All right, CBDCs, all right, central bank digital currencies, right? The talk of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and Dogecoin, and all right, and these types of things, man, you know, because where does all these things lead to? Okay, the MOTB, okay, the talk of digital payments and cashless societies, you know, and the digital dollar. Where does all these things lead to? The MOTB. And that's another thing. So before I get into the famines, let's get that. Revelation, the 13th chapter, because we're in those times. Okay. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a marcus in their right hand or in their foreheads. And we know when you go into that word marcus in the Greek word is charagma, which basically goes into a scratch, etching thing, carved, sculptured, graven. You know, basically these devils, they're going to cut into you, okay? And then when you go into the root word of charagma, which is charax, it goes into what? A pale stake or palisade, all right? Basically a sharp pointed, you know what, okay? Going into the tool that's going to be used to give you, all right, this marcus, okay? It says that no man might buy or sell save he that had the marcus or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Because like I said, the talk of the town has been what? Digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, you know, digital payments, cashless societies. And that's what these devils are going to bring in. A cashless society, you know, a digital currency where your payments, your buying and selling, your purchases are going to be done cashlessly through a CHIP, all right, this grain of rice, this marcus that they're going to want inside you. And that is the MOTB, okay? That is, all right, the marcus, man, okay? So, Khan, all right? And you Israelites are not to receive this, all right? Presuming the Revelation, the 14th chapter, verse 9, or you will take part, all right, in the destruction that's coming, okay? So let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 9, you know, just to get into that, right? Because that came up, okay? So let's read it again, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. And signs, let's get the definition of signs, okay, or sign. It says, Salakia, it says indication, signal, okay, token, okay, hint, all right, signal, wave, okay. But basically, you brothers get the point, all right. Basically, it's an indication, a sign, you know, a hint, all right, that the end is here, man, okay. So, Khan, these signs that we see are indications that the end is here, okay. It says, then shall thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, all right, which are signs, man, all right, we see the, all right, well, I myself don't, you know, physically see them, all right, but we know that these earthquakes are happening throughout the world, you know, through these certain medias and news websites, you know, all right. So, Khan, it says in uproars, all right, there's videos, you know, of people being in uproars, you know, people taking place in riots and protests and certain things of that nature, civil unrest, you know. So, Khan, all right, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right, Khan. Now, to go into these famines, because, you know, famine, all right, famine are coming, okay? Okay, hunger, starvation, all right? The lack of food, okay? The shortage, the scarcity of food, okay? So, Khan, I want to get this in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, and we're going to read verse 1. It says, and YAHAWASHI went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for the shewing the buildings of the temple. And YAHAWASHI said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down, right? Basically going into the time of 70 AD, what this chapter is going to go into, all right? But it's also going to go into the signs, all right, that will be taking place in the end, okay? It says, all right, it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign, okay? In other words, the indication, the token of thy coming and of the end of the world. And that's the point, okay? And it says, and YAHAWASHI answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. All right? And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, you know, which is happening. You know, and all right, even the when it says saying I am a Mashiach, you got that happening in these times, man. You know, people come in and try to say that they're the Messiah, they're the Son of God, you know. And it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right, you had that happening, okay? Russia did this, Iran did that. This could take place, right? So, it says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and here's the point, there shall be famines and pestilences, and there go again, and earthquakes in diverse places, okay? And that's the point, all right? That's part of those signs, okay? Now, let's get this in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, verse 5. It says, behold, saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, all right? The sword, famine, death, and destruction. So man, famine is coming, okay? All right, famine is coming, the sword is coming, death is coming, destruction is coming, and famine is coming, okay? All right, now let's get this in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. And we know when you go into that word pity, it basically goes into compassion, okay? All right, compassion, sorrow, regret, sadness, sympathy, you know, all right? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. And this is the times that we coming into, okay? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. Because of what? Because the time we're coming into, basically people, they finna be running into people's houses, you know, all right? Breaking into people's houses, all right? Having guns and, you know, whatever type of guns they have, you know, having maybe they baby mama at gunpoint, taking their kids hostages, all right, as hostages, you know, telling them to give them food, water, resources, you know. But why? It says because of the lack of bread. Because what? There's going to be famine, okay? There's going to be scarcity of food, a shortage of food, a lack of bread, okay? Famine, because famines are coming, all right? It says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. And for what? And for a great tribulation. That's the times we're coming into. Great tribulation, okay? So man, all right? And just for words of comfort, let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13, because the elect, all right, have nothing to worry about, okay, because they're going to be good. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And we got to have faith, all right, in these words. The scripture say, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. The elect are going to be good. When you read Job, the 5th chapter, the scriptures speak about at destruction and famine, which according to the scriptures are coming, all right, which according to the scriptures, let's go back, let's go read it again, all right. And it says, behold, saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So death and famine, all right, destruction, the sword is coming, all right. And the scripture speak about in Job chapter 5, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, okay, all right. So man, all right, so good, okay. So Lord will, this video is edifying. I'm gonna close it out, getting infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalawam, and Lord will, this video is edifying.